Hello and welcome to this tutorial for users of Microsoft Word 2016 for the Mac. In this tutorial we're going to start looking at formatting in Microsoft Word, and formatting is basically the process of changing the appearance of the document. There are many ways that you can apply formatting to your documents, and the first thing we're going to look at here is changing the position of the text on the page. If we take a look at the paragraph section on the Home tab, you'll see there a number of buttons that have small lines on them, and those are the position buttons. The first one is left alignment, the second one is center alignment, the third one is right alignment, and the fourth one is text justification. The default setting, of course, is left alignment, as you can see, and what I'm going to do here is just demonstrate the three main alignment types on my document title, the Fred's Movie Classics line here. All you need to do to apply the alignment is just make sure you're clicked anywhere on the line. There's no need to select the line, you simply need to click on it anywhere, and you can see there in my case the cursor flashing at the beginning of the line. So now I can come back to the paragraph section again, and this time I'll click the center alignment button, and you'll see the effect of that. The text is now centered on the page, and if I click the right alignment button, you'll see the text jumps to the right. So those are the basics of aligning text using those three buttons. And finally I'm going to return to the center alignment for my title, and I'll also do the same thing for the second line. So again, click anywhere at all on the line and click that center button. There are also keyboard shortcuts for alignment, so if I use my keyboard, if I now hold down the Command key and press the letter L, you'll see I'll get left alignment. Keep the Command key held down, press E for center alignment, and as you may guess, Command and R gives me right alignment. So one more time, I'll just type Command and E, and that returns that text to the center alignment. To demonstrate the fourth option, justification, I'm just going to scroll down in the document there until I get to my second paragraph. And again, click anywhere at all in the paragraph. Microsoft Word will automatically detect the beginning and the end of the paragraph. Once you've clicked into the paragraph you'd like to apply the formatting to, in this case I'm going to come back to the paragraph section again and click on the Justify Text button. Now what happened there might not be obvious, so what I'm going to do is click it again, and I want you to observe the right hand side of the paragraph as I click. So with the justification applied, what you'll see is that the right and left margins are equalized. So you have a straight line on the right side of the paragraph and a straight line on the left side. And if we look a bit further down the page to the final paragraph, you'll see that the left side is obviously straight, but the right side is not straight. And again, for that final paragraph, if I click into the paragraph, apply justification, you'll see there that that paragraph is squared left and right. I'm going to undo both those formatting applications now. So again, just click on the undo button in this case to reverse that final paragraph formatting, and again to reverse my second paragraph formatting. And one more thing with positional formatting here, I'm going to apply center formatting to my list here. So I'm going to this time click and drag down, because it's four separate lines, so I can't simply click in the list. It will only affect the single line that I click on. So with those four lines selected, again the paragraph section, click on the center button, or you can type the Command E shortcut if you prefer, and finally click away. And if I scroll back up to the top of the document, you'll see those formatting changes across the whole page. Next we're going to look at different ways you can apply formatting to emphasize text on the page. And if we come and look at the font section this time, you'll see there's a number of options that will help me apply the appropriate formatting. Now first of all I need to select the text I'm going to apply the formatting to, and in this case it will be to my title line. So all I need to do is make sure the arrow is pointing at that line here, click once to select, and I can now come back to my font section, and I'm going to click on the B button there, that's B for bold. And when I click you'll see the bold formatting applied. If I click again, the bold formatting is removed. So a lot of these buttons basically act like light switches. Click once for on, click again for off. And for now I'm going to leave that bold formatting applied. The next buttons along are italic and underline, and I'll just select the Fred's Movie Classics name there in the first slide of my first paragraph, come back to the italic button and click on that, And again, if I just click it to remove and add the italic formatting, you can see the effect on the screen. Next, I'll select my second line of the document there, the subtitle, Plans for Improving the Business. Again, just point the mouse arrow at that line, click to select, and this time I'm going to apply the underline formatting, and I'll also apply bold formatting, and then just click away so you can see the result. You can also use keyboard shortcuts to apply formatting, and if I come down and select my list again, so just click and drag to select all those lines, if you type Control and B, that will apply the bold formatting. So Control and B as a keyboard shortcut for bold, and again you can apply the same shortcut to remove the formatting. If I type Control and I, we get the italic formatting, and Control and U applies the underline. And again, remember they're like switches, so the same keyboard shortcuts will remove the relevant formatting like so. I don't want any additional formatting on my list at the moment, so I will leave that as it is, and instead come back and again select my title. And here I'm going to change the size of the text first of all, and there's a few buttons in the font section that will do that. You can reduce or increase the size of the text by clicking either one of these letter A buttons. The left hand side, as you can see, will increase the size of the text. So if I click on that increase font button, and you can see as I repeatedly click the button, the text increases in size. When it gets a bit too big, you can click the decrease button until it gets to be a more manageable size. And you can also select the value on the drop down box where the number 20 is currently. Click the button and you have a wide range of values to choose from. So if I choose 22 in this case, you'll see there that that size value is applied. I'm also going to change the size of line 2, so again click to select, and here I'll simply apply a font size of 14. And again just click away there so you can see the results of that formatting. Next we'll look at changing the type of font, or the typeface if you prefer. So again I'm going to select my title there, Fred's Movie Classics, and this time come back to the font section, and you'll see there at the top left we have a name there. That's the current font type, and if I click on that small drop down arrow you'll see the list of font types. There's a huge list here, I won't go through all of them, but if you need to scroll beyond what you see on the screen, just move the mouse pointer all the way down to the bottom, and that list will begin to automatically scroll, and you can select your preferred font from the list. Alternatively, if you know what you're looking for, if I just press the escape key first of all to cancel that, and then again click on that drop down list, if I type for example the letter T, it will jump me immediately to the T section at the bottom there, so it starts with Tahoma, and if I now scroll through you'll see that the current font type Times New Roman. So let's try applying a different font, and I'll come up to this stencil option here. We can see that's quite dramatically different from what I currently have, and if I click to select you'll see that formatting is immediately applied. One thing you'll also notice is that the line is now all capital letters, and some fonts when you apply them have all capital letters and some have mixed font types. So I'm going to change that back to Times New Roman by clicking on the drop down arrow again. Type the letter T to move to the Times New Roman section. Again just scroll down a small part there and we can see Times New Roman, and you'll see there we have regular, italic, bold and bold italic options. I'm simply going to select the bold formatting option this time. Click once, and again there you'll see the formatting is applied, and also observe that we now have the mixed case, so lower and uppercase letters in the title instead of all capitals. And another thing you might find useful is applying colour to your document. So in this case again, with the title still selected, I'm going to apply a different font colour, and in this case come over to the right side of the font section. You'll see the colour there. Click on the drop down arrow and I'll just select one of the standard colours there. I'll choose that bright red, and if I just click away again you'll see the effects of the colour formatting. So again, to apply colour formatting, simply select the line, and I'll change it this time to blue, choose the colour, and then click away to deselect, and it's as simple as that. If you click on a single word, by the way, you will only change the colour of that word. So in this case, if I click on the word movie, go back to the colour options, choose red, that will apply the colour just to that one word, Again, if I click in this case on the word classics, go back to my color options and let's choose green. And you'll see there, if I just click away, you can see the title now as a multicolored title. But I don't like that, so I'm going to go back again, select the line, and if I go back to my color options again, this time choose automatic, it'll remove those existing colors and return the text to the black color. Again, I'll just click away there so you can see the results of that formatting. I'm going to switch to another document now, and I'm going to come up to the window menu. So if I click on window, you'll see at the bottom the documents I currently have open, and I'm going to switch to this third one, the press release sample. Just click to select that, and you can see the document there. First of all, I'm going to align the date on the right side of the page. So if I click anywhere on that line, click the right align button, that moves the date across. I'm going to center the next two lines, and this time click on the center button. I'm also going to apply bold formatting to both lines. I'm going to click to select just the first line, so again just put the mouse pointer over on the left, make sure it's pointing at the line I want to select, and click. And here I'm going to change the font size to 20. Click on 20 and change the second line to size 14. So again, click on the drop down options there, select 14, and I'm also going to apply underline formatting again here. Next, I want to apply the justified text option to my two paragraphs. So I'm going to click and drag down to select both paragraphs, and then come to the fourth button in those alignment options there in the paragraph section. So click on the justify text button, and you'll see there if I click away, and I'm also going to center my final line. So again, click anywhere on that line, and this time I'll use the keyboard shortcut Command and E. And finally, I'd like to apply different line spacing to my two paragraphs. So again, come across the left side, get the inward pointing arrow, click and drag to select those two paragraphs, and come up this time to the paragraph section, and there's a button here just to the right of the justification button, and if I click on the drop down arrow there, you'll see we have a number of line spacing options, and I'm going to choose the third one, 1.5 lines. And if I click away there, you will see the effect of that line spacing change. And that's something we'll look at in a bit more detail along with some other formatting options in the next tutorial. But for now, that concludes this first look at formatting in Microsoft Word. I hope you found some things there that are useful and that you can apply to the documents that you're working on. But in the meantime, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.